But in real life, love can be a learning experience that evolves over time. Sometimes it gets better, and sometimes you realize your mistakes and how miserable you are. Many couples split over the silliest of things, from sliced cheese to whether the heel of the bread is the worst or the best part. Some residents are in love when they move in and celebrate their 50th, 60th, and 70th anniversaries while living actively on the campus. Others find love at BTV a companion to spend time with and someone who's kind and caring. But what happens when matchmakers get involved in love matters? Is there really such a thing as a true matchmaking? Join us today as we look into this aspect of matchmaking and the twists and the turns that it brings to the lives of the BTV residents. Our story begins in the bistro when the ladies gather for coffee. Susan is a new member, a new resident who has not been in the village long and is eager to know others. Sometimes a little too enthusiastic, especially with good-looking men.
Do you see Harriet and Leonard over there? You never see them unless they're walking side by side, holding hands, giggling, and making googly eyes at each other.
Yes. How can you miss that public display of affection? You'd think they were in high school. Honestly, nobody our age has that much energy to be that much in love.
Oh, I think that is so romantic and wonderful that people our age can have love like that. It is beautiful. It's like springtime and flowers. Oh, well, I wish I could find true love again.
You're lonely. You want true love? Are you crazy? Don't you remember? You have a habit of throwing true love out the window. You know, let's say you've been divorced. You've had 5 husbands, and you've divorced them all for smallest offenses.
Oh, well, there is just something about divorce that makes me want to shop. I divorced Edgar just to do a shopping spree.
You see? Smallest offenses, that's what it is.
Small offenses? Woo! Small offenses? Well, I have made out pretty well getting alimony all of these years from 10 husbands.
10? Are you serious?
Small offenses win the divorce. And the judge always sides with the lady in distress.
You're serious? You've had 10 husbands?
Well, yes. After my 9th divorce, I read Divorce for Dummies and went for number 10.
I am not believing my ears. You know, you have finally told the truth, Susan. It's nothing but an adventure for you. You know, it's a lucrative game that you play with men's hearts.
Oh, stop that. It's not always easy. When I told Alfred I wanted a divorce for Valentine's Day, he said he wasn't interested in spending that much money.
I guess not.
Artie, maybe you're a little too hard on Susan. She doesn't strike me as a player.
Well, trust me, I've known Susan for a long time, and she never misses an opportunity to trade one in for a newer model.
Well, I cannot be that bad. One of my exes wanted to marry me again, but I think he just wanted his money.
Probably. That's something else.
Good morning, everyone. How's the coffee?
Oh, pretty good. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, have you tried the cinnamon rolls? They are so delicious.
I love cinnamon rolls, but I forgot my fob at home, so I guess I won't be having one.
Oh, no problem. They're only a couple dollars. And I have my fob right here.
Oh.
I'll order you one with my breakfast.
Susan, you can afford to buy your own cinnamon roll with the results of your financial outcomes.
I really don't mind.
Oh, how kind of you to offer. You don't really have to do that, you know.
I'll be back in a jiffy with a hot cinnamon roll for you. Would anyone else like one?
Oh, no thanks. I've already had my fill of goo for the day.
I agree with Ardith. I've already had my fill of gooey for the day. Ugh.
Oh my goodness. He is so tall and handsome. Be still, my heart.
Susan, surely you're not considering Alan as your new prospect.
You are a little hussy. I want you to leave him alone. He's well married, has a lovely wife. Leave him alone, you little hussy.
Yes, Leonore is meek, kind, and a delight to be around. So please do not get any ideas about him. He is already taken. And don't get any ideas about our men.
That's right.
You cool your britches. Act your age. Act
What?
polite and not flirty.
I am only 30 years of age.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Got
With
that?
35 years of very good experience.
Here you are, hot and ready out of the microwave for you.
Thank you so much. You know, I don't think we've met. My name is Susan. I live on the 3rd floor.
I'm Alan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, ladies, I must run. The shopping bus is leaving soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, bye, Alan.
Say hi to
Call your
Nora.
wife.
We'll see you
Hello.
I
later.
will.
We'll miss her.
Take care. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Alan. See you real soon.
Oh, listen, we're going to have to talk about this.
Well, as you can see, Susan's on the hunt, and nothing gets in her way when she's set to accomplish a goal. Rumor has it that she can sniff out wealth faster than a blue-tick hound in the hunt for a raccoon. In fact, I think she has a sixth sense to smell money 100 yards away, and her closest friends tried to convince her to enjoy life without a man and be happy, but nothing doing. Susan must find another husband, and the sooner the better. She's been notified that her last 3 husbands' estates were settled and the alimony payments will stop in 6 months. She's desperate to find a hubby replacement with plenty of liquid assets so that she can enjoy her extravagant lifestyle. Our story turns now to the men. The Men's Coffee Club has gathered in the bistro for their morning visit. Let's drop in and see what's on their minds today.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys this morning. Jerry woke me up in a tizzy this morning.
What on earth was she so upset about this time?
Oh, she had one of those honey-do lists yesterday, you know. And I forgot to take out the trash and the recycling.
I have to deal with the same thing all the time. My wife is constantly on me to do something.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love my wife, but sometimes a guy needs to be around other guys that aren't so demanding.
Yeah, I agree. We need our own time to talk without the girls around.
For sure, we talk about important things, such
yeah.
as sports.
Yeah, right.
Only guys really understand that stuff.
Bob, I'm not sure about the sports thing. I've seen your wife call the hogs as well as any man in the stadium. But I've noticed that women talk about gossip. Men just don't do that.
Of course not. We merely collect facts and form sensible opinions.
But Fergie, sometimes those sensible opinions are about others. But we're smart enough to keep our conversations private.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we've adopted the motto of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
The only problem is this is Butterfield, not Vegas.
Listen, have you all noticed how fast news and gossip spreads all over the campus?
Oh yes, what is whispered in the halls is sometimes 2 and 3 floors heard up there, 2 and 3 floors away.
Have you ever noticed?
Nothing's sacred around here.
Have you ever noticed that if you sit in a chair on the third floor, you can hear everything that's discussed on all the floors?
I've done it. It's amusing listening to ladies, as they walk by with their gossip train in full motion.
Yeah.
Especially Nina.
Nina. What about Nina? She is so lovely and pleasant all the time. I don't think she's much of a gossiping type.
No, but I have heard her talking about matchmaking residents. She's quite a character.
Maybe she can match the new resident, Susan, with someone.
Are you talking about Susan on the third floor?
What? Yes. She is new here, and I heard through the grapevine that she makes no bones about looking for a husband.
I've seen her too, and I must say, she's a beauty.
Well, I just met her for the first time yesterday. I bought her a cinnamon roll. at the
Alan,
bistro.
are you nuts? Why in the world would you do that?
Well, she said she liked them, so I bought her one.
Alan, you better steer clear of her. She'll be calling you for a date.
Well, I suppose I should be careful not to leave the wrong impression.
I have not met her, but she sounds like she has a brain like a hummingbird, dense and flighty.
Look, I have doubts about my own sometimes. Yesterday I lost my boat keys, and an hour later I remembered I don't even have a boat anymore.
I have trouble at times too. It's just part of getting older, I guess. I don't mind getting older, but the fact is my body is not taking it so well.
Oh boy, guys, I've lost track of time. I'm going to have to go. My wife will be wondering where I've been.
Yeah, me too. My wife doesn't let me out too long by myself.
You guys just go on and fulfill your duties. I'm so glad I am divorced and I don't have a wife anymore to give me orders.
Fergie, I've been meaning to ask you, can a divorced man change a light bulb without being told what to do?
Well, the fact is, no divorced man will ever know because the divorced man never gets the house or the lamps or anything.
Well, while the boys are off to take care of daily things, Nina and Jean meet in the bistro. Nina has proposed a big opportunity for Jean. Nina is a former matchmaker in her professional career and has decided that she'll put her talents to work at BTV and create long-lasting love. Nina has played matchmaker for President Joe Biden and Jill, and at least the word is through the BTV grapevine. Of course, you can hear anything on that grapevine in the hall. But if you don't like what you hear, you can revise it, change it, enhance it. Nina may run into a few challenges that are more than she anticipates while matching the Butterfield residents. We joined Nina and Jean for their first meeting.
I am so glad you decided to accept my offer.
Oh, Nina, I am so excited about this opportunity. I think we'll make a great team.
I hope so. I need someone to help with unique projects.
Oh, I love unique projects, whatever that is.
Let me explain a little bit about what I do.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Go on.
First, I need to tell you about my profession and career. You see, I was a professional matchmaker. I was the Match.com long before a PC was ever invented.
Wow, how interesting. Did you make money doing that?
Oh, yes. I made a very profitable business out of my expertise. My clientele were some of the wealthiest people in the world. High society, if you please.
Oh, you mean like movie stars and famous people like that?
Oh, yes, I have matched many of them, plus princes and kings of other countries. By the way, how about me matching up your friend Dorothy with a great gentleman here at BTV?
Oh, you can count Dorothy out. She doesn't need another man in her life. She told me Fergie was like a lost puppy without his GPS tracking system on. He even had to use it to get to the dining room. Oh, plus all those dirty socks, never picking up after himself. Oh, the list goes on for miles.
Oh, I had no idea how miserable she was. On the surface, he seems like a wonderful man.
She was miserable and depressed all the time.
Oh, I see. How sad. Oh, dear. We seem to have gotten off track, and we have our first interviews in just a few minutes. You see, what we are going to be doing is matching eligible candidates here at BTV.
I know several singles here on campus, but wait, you mean we're starting today?
Yes, and your role will be to ask questions right along with me. Do you think you can do that?
Well, what should I ask?
You ask questions from your own point of view and record their answers for future reference.
That sounds easy enough.
Good.
Well, is Nina overrating her ability here? Does she really think she can make a lasting connection with two residents of BTV? Most residents set in their ways and are not apt to be manipulated in anything. Everyone objects to change, or at least starts kicking and screaming when someone tries to make them accept a change. We return to the bistro as Nina and Jean begin their interviews with Butterfield residents about the subject of love.
Thank you, ladies, for meeting with us today. As you can see, I have my good friend Jean here with me. We are compiling research on the meaning of love and what ladies want from their companions.
Or even future lovers or husbands.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We are going to ask questions, and each one of you will answer the same question in your own words. Please don't worry about being politically correct. Okay. Just say the first thing that comes in your mind. Those answers are typically the best ones.
Wow, we're ready. This should be fun.
I'm so excited. I love to give my opinion on everything.
Here we go. What is an essential characteristic of a companion or lover?
I can answer that one. First of all, he has to be good looking. no bags under his eyes, and heaven forbid if he dyes his hair to cover the gray.
Well, I think the most important thing is kindness. He must be kind and proper in everything he does.
Oh, girls, hands down, the most important thing is money.
Oh, Sherry, surely you're not serious. Money can't buy happiness.
But the question wasn't about happiness. The question was about the most important characteristic. And I can put up with a lot of character flaws with the right amount of money to keep my stained glass shop operating.
Well, ladies, I think the most important thing is how genuine he is. Well, take Frank, for instance. He's a prime example. Every man can learn a few things from him. Not to mention, he can make a motorized scooter out of anything, including an old toilet or a beer cooler.
Oh, I have a question. How important is sex?
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 Are you serious?
Oh, Jean, I typically don't ask that kind of question. It makes the audience uncomfortable.
Yeah, can you see?
All right. How about this one? Is it important that your mate be able to do a routine of daily chores?
Well, of course. I have been married before, and it was no fun doing all the chores myself. Well, we live in a liberated society for women, and I think men should carry their fair share of household chores. Don't you?
Yes, I think it's suitable for men to help. Otherwise, we become servants to their every whim.
Well, my husband has always helped me. I suppose he must be an exception to the rule. But you know, I agree with Grace and Gail, too.
Thank you.
I think that helping is a cornerstone of a good relationship. And a good man with helping hands is at the top of the list for me.
Oh, Kurt has always helped me with daily things. He's such a good role model. So I think that a man who helps is a king.
Jean, dear, you are not supposed to be answering your own question.
Nina, I am sorry. This on-the-job training is a bit hard for me. I will try to do better.
May we go on?
Of course. Don't mind me.
Now,
My lips are closed. You won't hear another peep out of me. No, ma'am.
thank you, Jean.
I'm as quiet as a church mouse, sitting over here just as quiet as they come, sitting here interviewing these ladies, not saying a word.
You know, if you would just close your mouth and stop mumbling words, you might find the true meaning of being quiet.
Nina, did you forget your line? We're on the top of page 14, right here.
On the contrary, I was just waiting for you for a moment to make sure you were not going to interrupt me again. Now, ladies, what is one thing you could live without when it comes to a mate?
I could live without him knowing everything about everything. Because men think they are never wrong.
And I can live with a man that doesn't give me advice about everything I try to do. That just drives me crazy.
Well, me too. And when the man tries to tell me how to cook something, that's where I draw the line.
I can't stand it when a man tells me to toughen up. It's an insult to me.
What best describes love, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's a heart that is giving, loving, and caring. That's what true love is description for me.
Massages. If my husband does a foot massage, I just feel so loved.
A candlelight dinner is romantic. Soft music, little dancing sets the tone for love to grow.
Oh, I still make candlelight dinners for Kurt every Friday night. Although we do have to leave the lights on to see our food.
Well, I think love is best described as long romantic walks, talking and sharing time with each other. I like for a man to be romantic at dinner. You know, I was on a blind date once, and just when I expected him to say something romantic at dinner, he said, "I forgot my wallet."
No.
This concludes our questions for all of you. Thank you for your time.
Welcome.
Well, Nina and Jean have discussed the ladies' responses to the questions about love and decided to call in some gentlemen for the same questions to get their take on the subject. This should be interesting, and to say the least. Men seem to know everything about everything. And I bet you can only imagine what will happen next. One thing for sure, men's thought patterns are not as refined as women's, and the results of this topic could be disastrous.
Thank you, gentlemen, for agreeing to meet with us today. We are compiling research on the meaning of love and what men want from their companions.
Are you ready?
Now, just wait a minute. Is this a trap? Why is Jean here? I did not know I was going to be in the same room with my ex-wife's best friend, Jean. I am leaving right now.
Oh, pipe down. You are only here because someone dropped out of the play and we were desperate to get the spot filled. So just keep your attitude calm.
Come on, Fergie. You're better than that. Let's do this and have a little fun with it.
All right, let's get started.
Oh, okay. I suppose they have asked us to interview because they need our expert advice.
Good. We're going to ask simple questions, and each one of you will answer the same question in your own words. Please do not worry about being politically correct. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Those are usually the best answers.
Okay.
Yes, candid answers are unique to our research. So spit it out no matter how it sounds.
Jean, dear, if you would allow me to get started. Gentlemen, what is an essential characteristic of a companion or a lover?
If you ask me, she has to have a good figure. 38, 24, 36 is a really good start, and she must be pretty. I have seen enough ugly around here to last a lifetime.
Hey, that's a good answer.
Good answer, Fergie.
He sure knows what ugly is because he sees so much of it in his mirror.
Oh, thanks.
You all know how I love golf. I think that's the most important characteristic. She has to know how to play golf.
You did say we can say the first thing that comes to our mind, right?
Yes, just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Well, I think a lady that can be a lady in public, but in the bedroom.
Oh, no. We can't say sex. It makes the audience uncomfortable.
I wasn't going to say sex. I want a lady that snores as loud as me.
Are you kidding me? Alan, are you telling us Lenora snores as loud as you do?
Oh, no, she doesn't snore at all. But she's constantly waking me up to tell me I'm snoring. I'm exhausted from no sleep.
That makes good sense.
Yeah, that's good. Good answer.
I think all ladies should be kind and tactful. I thought I had a great pickup line when I asked a lovely young lady one time where where she's been all my life.
Yeah?
And you know what she said? Rudely. I wasn't born in the 17th century.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's one. What are you willing to do for your companion on a daily routine to help her?
Nothing. I believe the good book, just like it is written. Women were created to help the man and not the other way around.
I wouldn't voice that opinion down the hall. There's a ratio of 3 to 1 women on this campus, and you may get ambushed.
Fergie, you don't even know what the good book looks like, let alone what it says. But I can tell you one thing. If it hadn't been for Dorothy helping you in all your business deals, you would have failed long ago. Of course, the sky will fall before you give her any credit.
Jean, you have to respect his answer. It is his opinion, you know.
Oh, I know. Everyone knows Fergie's opinion. The whole campus can recite it word for word. What about your answer, Bob? Surely you're a bit more tasteful than Fergie.
Well, I guess I could be coaxed into helping, but I'm not volunteering under any circumstances.
Lenora's always given me tasks to complete. I don't have any choice.
Here is our last question. What best describes love, in your opinion?
Love is when supper is waiting on the table, the house is clean, and the remote is on the arm of my easy chair.
Red wine as a nightcap.
Oh.
That's what true love is. Of course, a double nightcap is even better.
Knowing when it is time to call it quits is important. Take Dorothy and me. We stayed together even though we hated each other. Sometimes you just have to be realistic, know you're not meant to be together, and just move on.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. She's got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going her way.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. This concludes our research. Let me assure you, your answers are to be kept confidential and will never be shared with anyone.
Yes, my lips are sealed. You will never hear me repeat anything you said.
Oh, boy. Guys, do you know what that means?
Oh, yeah, our wives will
Yeah.
know the answers before we even go through the door.
I'm so glad I don't have to worry about that aspect of life anymore.
Well, I have to literally run home. Jerry will kill me if she hears it from the BTV rumor mill before I tell her.
I'll bet Lenora already has my pillow and blanket on the sofa.
Oh, yeah, life is tough.
Well, Nina and Jean have been meeting regularly, gathering information about all the singles at BTV. And Jean has done a great work as an unsuspecting spy, attending floor meetings she's not invited to, and participating in the Gentlemen's Coffee Club at the fireplace each morning. She can get away with just about anything because everyone knows she's as ditzy as they come. On the other hand, Nina has never backed down from a challenge, so she has come up with the grand scheme on how to get her top eligible bachelor and bachelorette together. The entire goal is to set the stage for them to fall in love and live happily ever after. Nina and Jean have made reservations for a dinner party and have invited BTV residents. The top choices are Fergie as the bachelor and Susan as the bachelorette to create a match made in heaven. Another reserved table there to observe the events of the evening with play-by-play commentary. Looks like they're having some trouble.
I am so nervous. I've never been on a blind date before.
Well, just be calm and enjoy the evening. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? We're all adults, and we're going to have dinner and a lively conversation.
Does my makeup look okay?
Here,
Does my
take a
ma-
look.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, my hair. Oh gosh. And should I run to the powder room?
You're fine. You're fine. You're
I
fine.
have a suggestion.
And what would that be?
She needs to close her mouth and stop talking. You're already on my last nerve, and at my age, I don't have many left to get on.
You know, Alan, I really doubt that's going to help her anxiety.
Okay. Now, is this jewelry okay?
Yeah, it's a little. It looks great.
What about the earrings? Are the earrings all right?
Yes, they match. Your
They
pearls.
go with all this? Oh, oh no. I didn't even ask. Does this outfit make me look fat?
You are lovely. So just be yourself and win this guy over with your charm and beauty.
Susan seems a bit anxious to me.
Oh, she is so vain. You know, she'll have her face in that mirror 25 times during dinner. And after all the facelifts she'd had, you would think she would relax and feel comfortable about how she looks.
Well, if she has any more facelifts, her ears are going to meet behind her back, her head. Plus, you know, I just think this whole idea of a blind date is a train wreck just waiting to happen. Who does blind dates at our age anyway?
Well, I did so many blind dates when I was younger, until the last one.
What happened on the last blind date, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I had to slap him 3 times on the face.
Oh my gosh, was he getting fresh with you? I hate it when men think they can just touch us wherever.
Relax yourself.
No, touching would have been a different story. On the contrary, he kept falling asleep. I mean, dead asleep and snoring.
Oh, look. Grace seems to be comforting her and helping her settle into the idea.
Do you think they've told her his name yet? You know, she's a pretty smart lady. I bet she's figured it out by now.
As part of the deal, they promised it would be a total surprise.
Oh boy, this is about to get real. Here comes Bob and Fergie now. Look at Fergie. He does not look like he's a happy camper. I bet he's fit to be tied, looking to be involved in all of this.
Well, this should be entertaining to say the least.
I almost feel like we're spying on them. I've never been a nosy person. Feels a bit awkward to me.
Well, we are spying, but inconspicuously. That's why we came in disguises. Remember,
Yeah.
we're just observing silently, and we're not trying to be obvious about it.
Oh, this is so exciting. This is better than watching the Hallmark Channel.
Maybe we're about to witness love at first sight. Now I'm intrigued to watch.
Well, I know one thing for sure. This is not a real-life version of the Hallmark Channel. What we're about to witness is the sinking of the Titanic. Nothing good is going to come from this. Just mark my word.
Now, Fergie, You know what to do when we get to the table, right?
Yes, I am supposed to act like I'm happy to be here. And again, for the record, I am not happy to be here. I think the whole idea is crazy, and I am not interested in falling in love.
When you get to the table, I want you to be nice. Don't be grumpy.
Okay, I will be nice, but only because you are my friend.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Bob.
Fergie, you know Alan and Grace.
Yeah.
I want you to meet a new resident, Susan.
Hello, Susan. Hi, it's good to meet you.
My pleasure, Fergie.
Oh, you seem very familiar, Susan. Almost as though I have known you in a previous life.
Oh.
But, of course, with so many residents here at BTV, every gray-headed lady looks the same to me.
Well, I was thinking the same, but we all change over time.
You know, our paths have probably crossed at some point, but I must say, you look so young. You must have a secret to staying young and beautiful.
Hey, Fergie, did you know that Susan is from the great state of Texas? She went to Texas A&M and graduated with a master's degree in finance.
Oh, Susan, you know, you probably know my first ex-wife. Just like the George Strait song, all my exes live in Texas.
Yeah, Fergie had a horrible woman for a first wife. I think her name was something like Susie or something like that.
She was horrible, and her name was Susie.
Yeah, his first wife, Susie. She was a money digger, just draining the bank for more extravagant things.
Susie, do you mind telling us what city you lived in when you were in Texas? Maybe by some chance the two of you might have some common friends.
Oh, well, I lived in Dallas.
Oh,
My
yeah.
first husband was a rancher, so he had to be near Fort Worth for cattle sales and so forth. And oh, he was very successful. He provided very well for me. I don't want to talk about my past. He was really a wretched individual, always complaining, never happy, and grumpy.
That's interesting. You know, I lived in Dallas and was a rancher selling cattle at Fort Worth. I may have known your ex. You know, the cattle industry is a close-knit family, and just about everybody knows everyone else.
Oh, Susan, you're right. That was years ago. And we're here right now enjoying a nice dinner together. You know, the residents in the village are a tight-knit family as well.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure about tight-knit, but they all have their noses in everyone else's business.
That's right, Alan. The word on campus can spread faster than a wildfire in California.
Susan, I didn't know that you'd been married to a rancher and lived in Dallas. I've never heard you mention your first ex-husband. What's his name?
Oh, I don't really know if we should talk about ex-husbands and ex-wives tonight. Let's change the subject.
Oh, come on, Susan. Let's see how close-knit the cattle ranchers really are. And we're here for a good time anyway. Just answer Grace's question.
Yeah, this sounds like a fun game. Susan, we can all take turns telling our former husbands and wives' names.
Oh, all right. He had a silly country name, Jimmy Dean. I just cringed every time I heard that name. I still hate the commercials for the sausage. It was just traumatic being married to him. I'm still in counseling for it.
He must have been really bad.
Sounds like it.
I am so sorry you had such a bad man. But did you all know Jimmy Dean is my real name? Susan, I know you said you hated the name, but I think it's kind of cool. And I love the Jimmy Dean sausage. There's nothing better than a good sausage patty with some eggs for breakfast.
That's right. You started calling yourself Fergie when Dorothy gave you that nickname.
Yes, but Fergie is a nickname, not his real name. Isn't it funny how nicknames stick?
Yeah, Jerry gave me a nickname too.
Really?
I just can't say it in public.
Well, I've never had a nickname. I didn't need one. My real name was enough, although I did have my name changed.
What was your real name?
Oh, it was horrid. Downright disgraceful. I hated hearing it, was disappointed in my parents for giving it to me. It was Susie Q.
Oh my gosh! My first ex-wife was named Susie Q. and she hated her name too. It's an awful name, and I'd be very upset if my parents gave me a name like that.
Are you all right? What's
yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Fergie? Do we need
I'm
to call
fine.
resident
I'm
care?
fine. No.
Someone call 911.
No.
Boy.
I'm fine.
Are you
I just
sure?
had a horrible thought that just made me gulp with fear.
What on earth are you talking about, Fergie? This makes no sense at all. You just choked on your drink.
Okay.
Susan, I don't like the look on your face. Are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost or something.
Well, not exactly a ghost. More like a skeleton.
Well, those are normal sightings around here. Yep, just skin over bones walking around everywhere you look.
Not a real skeleton, Alan. I just realized something that is dreadful.
Oh dear, what could it be? Please tell us. We can help you. It can't be that bad, can it?
Oh, yeah. It can be that bad, and there is no way you can help. Fergie, did you live on U.S. Highway 67?
Well, yes, I did. Oh, don't tell me. I'm afraid you're right, Susan. This is worse than worser.
Yes, Fergie. I think this is as bad as it can get. You and I had been married before.
Married?
Married? Did you say you were married before?
Married? Yeah. How is it possible? You look so young and beautiful. My Susie Q had a big nose and big floppy ears.
Well, you haven't changed a bit. You were always crude with language. I have had nose and ear surgery since we divorced, and I spent your money doing it. You told your friends I was a mean, hideous first wife with the big nose, with the floppy ears, a gold digger. Well, what a night this is turning into.
But if we were married, why did we split up?
Well, it was all because of you.
Me? What was so bad about me? I worked, I made a lot of money, I think I provided very well. Besides, I never do anything wrong.
No wrong, Fergie. Yes, that's your lifestyle. But for your information, we split over religious differences.
Religious differences?
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
Well, that's not surprising. You never remembered my birthday either. But religious differences, that was the final straw.
Me forgetting your birthday has nothing to do with religious differences.
Well, maybe not directly, but you acted like you thought you were God.
I don't think I'm God. I just have confidence in my opinions and how wrong you were.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, will you two sit down? We're not the only ones in this room, and everybody's pointing at us. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, just keep quiet. You're gonna ban us from the dining room.
Just calm down. Let's figure this out together.
Okay, you stay at least 1 foot away from me this whole dinner.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about. I'll give you more room than that.
Well, what did I tell you? The Titanic has already started taking on water. Did you just see what happened?
I agree, Sherry. That was unnerving for me to watch across the room. I can only imagine what Grace and Alan and Bob are thinking right now.
I have to admit, I have never seen an outburst in that manner with any of my couples before.
Well, I can tell you, according to Dorothy's side of the story, this is typical of Fergie. Constantly flying off the handle for no good reason. He is a hot mess to deal with when he's upset.
Well, they sat back down, so hopefully they have agreed to disagree. And it looks like Grace is trying to get them to calm down.
What do you suppose they disagreed on? I need a drink of water. Okay, that might be better. Well, you would think that this was a bar brawl the way they were acting. Yeah.
Well, I think it probably has to be politically charged. You know, no one in their right mind would act the way they are unless it has something to do with politics.
Hey, I bet you're right. You know, she looks like a Republican to me, and he looks like a liberal. And boy, you can tell the two apart.
Well, and I know for a fact that Fergie is a die-hard Democrat.
Well, I know for a fact that Fergie's political view changes with the direction of the wind. He loves a good argument no matter what the topic.
Well, I'll bet Susan was trying to tell Fergie to not use the salad fork with the dinner plate.
You really think they would have stood up and started arguing about something that trivial?
Well,
That seems a bit ridiculous to me.
For some people around here, table etiquette is a big thing.
I doubt that is what happened, but they seem to have settled back down. So let's observe to see what transpires next.
Now that everyone's a little calmer, let's talk about something positive. Even something funny would be better than differences.
Alan, I agree. I have a question that everyone can answer.
Well, what is your question, Grace?
Well, why don't you tell us something that was funny or exciting to you?
Susie Q.
Oh, Fergie, call me Susan.
Okay. Susan, do you remember when you gave my father a beautiful comb set that was made from teakwood?
Yes? Why?
You should have seen the look on his face when he opened the gift. And I reminded you that he was bald.
You know, I do remember that, and I cried then, but it's pretty funny now.
Fergie, what are you laughing about?
Yeah, what's so funny, Fergie?
I just remembered when Susan lost her mood ring, she didn't know how she felt without it.
Susan, is that true?
Oh, I was very troubled at the time and needed that ring to kind of tell me I was okay.
I tried to be supportive through that difficult time.
Well, and you were. Every day you brought me flowers from your garden.
Oh, how romantic.
At our age, who needs romance? I need dessert.
Well, I still love romance.
Me too. I remember Fergie reaching over every night and putting his hand on my knee.
I think you like that.
Oh, Fergie, you must stop that. Others are watching.
Oh, good grief. Here we go. It's about to get mushy.
Yeah, you two cool it more before. Excuse me. Stick your hand there again and I'll slap it harder. You two cool it before you start melting our ice cream.
Yeah. The way you all are moving your chairs closer together, with 2 more moves, you'll be sitting in each other's laps.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, what is transpiring now? Did you see Fergie touching Susan under the table?
Is this supposed to be a G-rated dinner date? Because it sure looks like we're headed for a rated R from the Playboy magazine. And we sure don't need a centerfold now folding out in the dining room.
I'm getting embarrassed over here. I can't believe they're acting in such a manner.
Well, I think it is a bit much too, but it's nice to see a change of pace and see love perhaps beginning right before our eyes.
Love or lust. I remember how Fergie flirted with every lady on campus when he was married to Dorothy. He's just acting like he always does, and she is falling for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yep, I'd agree with Jean. Fergie's a big player, and she is falling for it.
Well, you can tell he only has one thing on his mind, and it is not dinner.
I think this is working into love.
Did you see that, girls? They're still flirting under the table.
Oh, wait, what's happening? Look.
I'm not sure I want to look. It's getting a little hot under the table over there just a few minutes ago. I cannot imagine what on earth's going to happen next.
Oh, yes, well, let's all watch the Titanic burn. What happens is sure to be a dramatic event for all of us.
You 2 lovebirds mine, we're trying to have dinner.
Yeah, at this rate, we won't need dessert.
I agree, the sweetness is overwhelming right now, so cut it out.
I think the sweetness is you, my dear, and I think that they are just jealous.
Oh, I think so too. You're such a sweet talker when you get started. In fact, you had moments when you were very sweet and understanding. I remember how patient you were when I left the light on late at night so I could read.
I just fell asleep and it never bothered me at all.
Do you still drink chocolate milk before bed?
Of course. Do you still eat popcorn in bed?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh my goodness. You all need to cut this out. We are trying to eat dinner. You're not the only ones at this table.
Yeah, let's talk about everyday things around the dinner table.
I'll start. What dessert sounds good to you, Bob?
Chocolate ice cream over lava cake.
I
That
think,
sounds good.
oh, sorry. I think I'll have that coconut cream pie with that large meringue on top.
Well, Susan, I'll have whatever you're having.
I remember you always did order the same dessert as I did. Why was that?
Because you simply have excellent taste for food and desserts and all
my
that.
goodness.
That's so sweet. You two seem to be finding some a senior moment, some common ground after all.
So sweet. I'm choking on sugar.
Me too, I'm gagging.
Honey, after all these years, you seem to be better than ever. It makes me wonder.
Me too. And I must say, you are more beautiful than ever. You haven't aged a bit. Your skin is silky as a delicate flower, kissed with the morning dew in the springtime.
Oh, Fergie, you're embarrassing me. Please go on.
You know, it's never too late to try again. Why don't you two try dating and see where it goes?
Yeah, good idea. The second time around is often better.
Well, I don't know. You know, I am recently single again, but the thought is certainly tempting with such a beauty as Susan.
Well, I can tell you, the single life is not all it's cracked up to be.
Susan, do you think there is a chance?
Maybe. We can discuss the possibilities later if you'd like.
You know, there's never any shame in trying.
Sure, try it. You might find true love again.
You all make it sound like a new product from Walmart. Can we just order dessert right now?
Oh, Alan, just order your dessert. We're not stopping you.
Fergie, what do you say we have a private dinner at my place?
Oh, that sounds like an excellent plan to me.
Would you escort me home?
I would love to.
Let's go.
Well, I didn't expect them to leave just like that fast. Surely you don't think.
I don't even want to think about what may be happening.
Yeah, me either. I just want to order dessert and forget about this sickening development.
I knew it. Look at this spectacle. They left together hand in hand. It's just utterly disgusting for the first day.
Oh boy, I can't wait until I can get home and call all my friends and let them know all about this.
Oh, and I have my phone ready to call too.
I've
This
got
is just too hot to keep.
I know. I got all my friends in the carriage club on speed dial. Boy, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Ladies, please, this may be innocent. They're just taking a nice walk.
The way they were petting each other, it's not just a nice walk.
And if I know Susan, there's only one thing on her mind: more money.
Well, let's hope it's not any more than a goodnight kiss on the cheek, I might add.
Yeah, anything else would be a bit excessive.
No, it won't be anything like that. Before, I'll bet you $100 that she will know his assets and his net worth well before midnight.
Hello?
Hey, Sherry, this is Linda.
Linda, your timing is perfect. Guess what just happened in the dining room with
What?
Fergie and Susan?
What? Tell me.
Now listen carefully. They left together, hand in hand.
What? You can't be serious.
I am serious, as a heart attack is serious. You should have seen the way they were petting each other under the table and such. It was downright disgraceful to watch.
Petting? Under the table? Sherry, I'd love to visit with you a little bit more, but I've got a few phone calls to make. I'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, look at the time. I really have to go. I have so many calls to make before everybody goes to bed.
Well, I have a few folks to call too. You know, I think I'll start with Quentin, and then I think I will start with Patricia, and
Me too. I need to call Rosalie and Lou and
Well,
Sherry.
well, I normally don't spread rumors, but this isn't just a rumor. You know, we witnessed this firsthand.
You're right.
And our eyes don't lie.
That's right.
And there you have it. The BTV rumor mill has begun. And the time the Juicy Stir will be circulating the calls by morning. For now, let's return to the storyline. Fergie was the perfect gentleman. He walked Susan to the door and kept his flirting to a minimum. And Susan did invite him in for a glass of wine, but Fergie declined and went back to his own room. They've agreed to start having dinner together and see if they're compatible again after all these years. Maybe true love can be found with a little help from a matchmaker. Only time will tell.
Give them a great big round of applause. They have worked so hard on this, and I appreciate all the dedication. Miss Martha on the end there, she's such an inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming and supporting Play Readers Theatre. We have cookies and punch in the lobby. Please join us.